Politicians smile on camera. They shake hands, make promises, and tell us they're fighting for the people. But have you ever wondered who really controls the government? Because the truth might not be what you think. When we think of Congress, we often picture the civics class ideal, a body that diligently writes laws, passionately debates policies, and carefully makes decisions for the entire nation. It's the cornerstone of our democracy, a government meant to be of the people, by the people, and for the people. And on paper, that's exactly what it is. Technically, that's true. But here's the catch, a reality that complicates this picture. Many of our elected officials live lives far removed from the everyday citizens they represent. Their experiences and priorities are fundamentally different. Consider this staggering fact. Over half of the members of Congress are millionaires. This isn't just a small gap, it's a chasm. They have access to exclusive networks and insider information that the public never sees, shaping their worldview and, consequently, their legislative actions. Stock markets and endless donations from powerful interests. And while everyday Americans get punished for breaking the law, members of Congress often get a slap on the wrist, if anything at all. They investigate themselves through ethics committees, and those investigations almost never lead to real punishment. So who's keeping them in check? Not Congress, not really. Here's another dirty little secret. Many lawmakers don't see Congress as public service. They see it as a stepping stone. A congressman today, a lobbyist or corporate board member tomorrow. This revolving door between politics, corporations, and lobbying firms. Behind the grand theatre of elections, a permanent power structure operates. It ensures the same influential players keep power, no matter who gets elected. Public-facing figures are interchangeable, but the seats of real power are reserved for the same entrenched interests, playing a long game we rarely see. Elected officials come and go. Presidents change, bringing new rhetoric to the same Oval Office. Congress turns over with fresh faces filling familiar seats. But this is the transient, visible layer of government, a temporary cast in a play whose script is already written. The real power stays in place, unelected and unaccountable. Wall Street influences economic policy and financial regulations through an army of lobbyists and the revolving door between government and finance. Defense contractors thrive on endless military spending, shaping foreign policy to ensure their profitability. Big tech controls information, data and communication, shaping public discourse itself. Intelligence agencies like the CIA and NSA carry agendas that outlast administrations. These institutions don't rely on elections, they don't have term limits, and they hold enormous sway over what actually happens in Washington. Through a constant flood of lobbying and campaign donations, a select few corporate interests have effectively purchased a controlling stake in our government. They help write the legislation and dictate the terms of the national conversation, all from the shadows. It's no wonder so many Americans feel completely disenfranchised. There's a growing, gnawing sense that their votes don't matter, that the entire system is rigged against them. This pervasive cynicism leads to the conclusion that many politicians are little more than high-level crooks. We see them smiling for the cameras as they pass laws creating tax loopholes for their wealthiest donors and deregulating their own industries. Behind the scenes, They're busy covering up scandals with classified stamps, while publicly pointing fingers and manufacturing outrage over trivial issues to distract us from the real looting of the country. But are these politicians the true architects of this system? The real rulers, the ones with ultimate power, are not the ones you see on the debate stage. They reside in corporate boardrooms, far from public accountability. They're not the names in your newsfeed. They're the money, the corporations, the networks, and the institutions that never step into the spotlight. And that's the uncomfortable truth. What we see in Congress is the theater, the script, the stage, the actors. But the directors, the people calling the shots, they're off camera. So the next time you hear a politician promise change, ask yourself, are they really in control or just playing their part? Because if we don't start paying attention to who's behind the curtain, we'll keep blaming the actors while the real power brokers walk away untouched.